Okay, next up, password complexity. Now, passwords should be complex enough to be hard to guess, obviously. Okay, that's kind of a no-brainer. However, they shouldn't be so long or so complex that our users need to write them down, right? That's the key differentiator here, and I think there's a fine line between usability and security. So we want to make them secure enough so they can't be brute forced or easily guessed, but not so much that we have to have them written down to remember them. Passphrases often are easier to remember. So instead of having an 8-character password, we might have a complete sentence or maybe a couple words in a sentence. But if it's something that's easy for that person to remember, right, a sentence, it's long enough to become very difficult to guess, but still easy enough for them to remember without having to write things down. So just something to keep in mind that might work in your environment. Also, we can enforce the minimum length. So we have to have a password be at least 6 characters or at least 8 characters or whatever is appropriate for your environment. So with policy, we can enforce those types of restrictions. We can also say, okay, you have to have a special character, whether it is an asterisk or an exclamation point, parentheses, so on and so forth. So by having special characters, again, we're making things more difficult to guess. Also, upper lowercase. We might mandate that the password contain at least one uppercase letter just to make things more difficult for someone to try to guess or brute force.